So welcome back, brothers. Yes, we have actual official news here. As you can see, some responses from the dev team about the upcoming update and a brand new tease about an upcoming enemy we will be facing off against in the game. This guy looks badass and he looks absolutely angry. Look at this face. He comes with a bunch of abilities that we're going to have to talk about here in just a moment, and a hint towards some upcoming cosmetics. This was posted officially by one of the community managers on the official Space Marine 2 Discord. We'll dive into that and kind of dissect it and try to figure out what this is. Also, check this out. Expanded Year 1 battle plan from data mine content. We'll dive into this further. This is going to be considered unofficial stuff, but everything that has been data mined so far has been panning out to be true. So we're definitely going to dive into that one. And then, now this one's interesting. Upcoming Apothecary class for Astartes Overhaul 3.0. If you're wondering what this is a mod. So I wish this was like officially in the game, but I do think that we will be seeing this like officially down the road, simply because they have indicated they are very, very interested in the Apothecary class by highlighting it on their like ideas forum as like they're interested in that. So I would expect that to eventually make it into the game. And as always, yes, later in the video, I'm going to go over your top comments. So be sure to leave a comment down below. It could end up in a future video. And yes, check this out right here. So the past 2 weeks have been very interesting for me. I've been documenting my entire journey in Raid Shadow Legends on my new partnered YouTube channel. And I started at the very beginning in Raid and worked my way up to an impressive roster of godlike champions, ranking up my son Wukong to a 6-star powerhouse. I even unlocked the new legendary Alice the Wonder for free, and I've also been training my entire team, progressing them through the career into brutal difficulty in the campaign. And yes, my clan is now doing its thing, fully up and running, so let's go. And I'm also surprised at how naturally the new champions and rewards are rolling in just by playing the game. Now, if you want to join me on this adventure, Raid is teaming up with me to do something very special for you for a limited time only. I have the best 2 epic support champions that you can get your hands on right now for free for a limited time. Tagore, who has been fantastic at buffing my team, and Ugo, who offers up those heals at critical times. To obtain both of these amazing champions, as well as a ton of starter resources for the absolute best star in Raid, see the link in the description below or scan that QR code on the screen to download Raid for free. And by the way, don't forget, simply by logging in for 7 different days, you can obtain the legendary Alice the Wonder for free. Plus, there's a total of 5 all-new legendary champions from Alice's Adventures in Wonderland that have been added to the pool of champions you can obtain in the game. And you can also obtain Mad Hatter through the Mad Hatter Fusion event. So I would love to have you guys join me on this adventure, so be sure to download Raid for free by following that link in the description below or scanning the QR code on the screen. And don't be afraid to check out my new Raid YouTube channel as well. Check out that description. All right, so I say we get into this by heading on over to the official Discord. Let's see what they were saying out here. So Sister Hylia says this: I'm currently working on the January community update. Hope you'll like it more than the Salamander Sniper. That poor guy. Yeah, the last update didn't go so well for them. The community reaction was not good towards the Salamander being, of course, the sniper class. So hopefully this is some sort of indication that they have something better for us this go around. And we also have this right here. Will an update be until the end of the month, or will there be an update at the end of this month in January? And the response is nah. You'll get news at the end of January basically instead. So instead of us getting some sort of content drop, some sort of update for Space Marine 2 itself, we're just getting news, which is kind of the bad news about this situation. I wish there was actual content coming out in January, but I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, we'll see something in February. But I'm going to leave that up to what they say in the dev blog. I'm not going to speculate too much here because I don't want to get your hopes up too much. But we also have this right here. Here's the question. Hello, Sister Hylia. May I ask clarification about an upcoming campaign and updates for that? And the response is you'll know more at the end of this month once again. So I don't know if we're going to see some sort of updates around the campaign as well, if that's what was meant there. So we'll see what happens there. There have been some indication that the team might be interested in updating the campaign, but we'll see. Anyway, we have this here. Sister jokes aside, is the dev team aware of the reoccurrent issues of progression loss? And the response is, oh yes, we do know that and are working on it with Saber. I sure hope so, because I've heard that complaint several times. I don't know how widespread it is currently right now at the moment. Sound off if you guys are still dealing with like progression loss. I myself haven't really dealt with it at all, thankfully, somehow. But anyway, let's keep going here because, yeah, let's get into this tease right here And let's talk about it. So I'm going to scroll up here. It says in-game screenshot of the Biovore via Discord. So this is the official description, and I did confirm that this was posted on the official Discord. It says a fresh enemy to destroy will appear soon in Space Marine 2, the Biovore. Now it says this dreadful foe will be waiting for you in PvE. Careful, brothers and sisters. It is as dangerous in melee as it is in distant combat. Their spore mines are going to give you a hard time, so don't miss your dodge. I can't wait to see this thing in action. I wish they kind of had like a gameplay clip. I want to see those spore mines. But here's some more shots of it, and this is in-game stuff here as well. And it seems like this is going to be, I would assume, kind of like a sub-boss that would spawn in. But it sounds like it's going to be quite challenging both in terms of long range and getting up close and personal. We'll see what tactics we have to utilize to take this thing down. There might be, maybe, just maybe, some sort of new weapon eventually introduced where it will make life easier to take it on. I don't know. That's just me theorizing, but very cool to see. I'm trying to imagine like all these new enemies that are being added into the game currently eventually make their way into the Horde mode. I think that's gonna be the real highlight of the enemies that you are seeing added to the game continuously, being added into that Horde mode ultimately. Now, we have this one as well. Check it out. Hint towards some upcoming cosmetics was posted officially by the community manager, and I click into this, and we have this blurry ass image, and you're like, what in the hell is this? So, we do have some theories here in the comments. If we scroll on down, it says, looks like a chest plate with the Ultima symbol. And then we have this one. If that's the Tyrannic War Veteran armor, I'm not playing as anything but Ultramarine. And I think he's onto something, because if we head on over to the Reddit here about Tyrannic War Veteran. But yeah, I say that's pretty close. Look at this. If we go back and forth here, you could definitely see the resemblance there. I think that that might be on point as to what to expect for this cosmetic that would be coming up here. So yeah, I think it looks cool. Pretty excited about that one. But, you know, mentioning all this stuff, we have this right here, the expanded year 1 battle plan from data mine content. None of this has been like officially confirmed at all. So I'm going to click into this, and we're going to zoom in here and see what has changed. This is really zoomed in, dear God. We're going to scroll on over here. We already know what happened with Season 2. Season 3 is what we are looking at here. So we have the new PvP game mode and the new PvP arena. That has already been confirmed. The new PvP arena, 100% confirmed. That looks actually pretty cool. Game mode is very interesting. Kind of curious to see what we get with that. And then we have new enemy Trigun. Now, they haven't mentioned anything about this officially yet. We already know that we're going to be getting this tease enemy here, the Biovore, but nothing specifically mentioned about this Trigun yet. Now, Prestige, yes, we will eventually be getting the Prestige levels here. I did showcase the data mine stuff in a previous video if you want to check that out, but apparently there's going to be 7 levels with that, and that's going to be per class. And, you know, from what I saw, I still feel like the Prestige system needs to be improved over the data mine information. I hope the data mine information is just like a rough draft, and they actually have something more exciting with the Prestige system, just to be honest with you guys. But then we have the Battle Barge expansion. That's going to be a data vault. And, you know, pretty cool. Nothing like too like, oh my God, that's absolutely amazing. That should have been at launch, at the start of the game, just in my opinion. Then we have perform challenges to get data to spend on 4 sets. Now, this is really cool how it ties into actual rewards. Now, each of the set rewards you with 3 cosmetic elements. Sets are Imperial, Space Marine, Tyranids, and Chaos. So yeah, that actually sounds pretty neat. Now, Salamanders, you know, it's disappointing that that is going to be going towards the Sniper Champion. However, it looks like right after that, the Champion pack would be dedicated to the Raven Guard. So we have yet to determine exactly what class that's going to be dedicated towards. But by all means, let me know what you guys would like to see for the Raven Guard in terms of what champion. And then if we scroll back up here and scroll on over, guess what? We have Season 4. So what is going to be happening with Season 4? Of course, you know, we're going to be getting that Horde mode that has been confirmed. The new enemy Biovore. I think this is actually switched around, believe it or not. So I think what's going to happen is the Trigun is going to go into Season 4 and the Biovore, which is confirmed apparently for Season 3. So I think that's what's actually going to be happening. Now, for Season 4, we have a new weapon, or weapons, plural. We have the Inferno Pistol, Assault Bolter, and then Grav Canyon. Who knows? Maybe one of these could actually end up in Season 3, maybe? That would actually be cool. to see. But again, this is like a rough draft from this data mined information, but it would be nice if we could spread out the weapons a little bit per season. But that's like a hefty amount of weapons for one season if that actually does happen. It would be nice to experiment with all of those in the Horde mode for sure. Now, my favorite part about this is, yes, apparently we will be getting the Space Wolves as a champion pack. I would personally love that. Just saying, for tactical, just because I play mostly tactical. Let me know your opinion on what you would like to see for Space Wolves. It'd be nice if you could just play Space Wolves on everything, but whatever. And then we have Chaos ? So yeah, some pretty cool stuff going on here, but we also have this highlighted down here. Some more cosmetic: White Scars, Imperial Fist, Blood Angels, and also are listed for later. So I don't know if that means that they will make it into Season 4, or if that's stuff that is going to be reserved for, well, Year 2, the Year 2 battle plan, which I'm crossing my fingers that we actually get a Year 2 battle plan for Space Marine 2, but nothing has been 100% confirmed on that one. But overall, you know, some really cool stuff happening here eventually for Space Marine 2. I am very curious to see what they have to say in this new dev blog update for us, which is going to be at the end of the month here in January. They usually have it around that time, so I will have that up when they actually post that and have all the details related to that, so stay tuned for that one as well. And if you're wondering how this game is doing, like with sales and popularity and that sort of thing, it's doing pretty good. You know, we hit a 6 million player milestone recently. They posted an official thing thanking players and everything, so that is excellent news. It's good to know that this game is still going strong, even with, you know, other game releases that have released out there. And yes, I've seen some comments that are saying that they do feel like the game is feeling a little bit repetitive, redundant, and that they do wish that there was more content released more regularly. I just think that we had to get through the holidays. You know, a lot of these teams took a break during the holidays, and now they're back into working, into developing things. So yeah, I'm thinking things will change here for Space Marine 2. You should be seeing more content rolling out on the regular, so that is good news. Yeah, and I wanted to highlight what was going on around the Astartes Overhaul mod update. Check it out. We're going to be getting the Apothecary class, probably even before we actually officially get an Apothecary class, and he looks absolutely cool. So yeah, very excited to try this one out for this mod. And I know a lot of you guys are bummed that are on console that you would be missing out on something like this, but still, you have to like play offline to even play this sort of mod. So I'm waiting for like the official thing more importantly. However, I'm super hyped to check out that Astartes Overhaul mod update, because there's also apparently going to be a lot of other cool stuff in there as well. They've done a ton of work on that one, and I feel like this is just the beginning of the mod community, so I am so curious to see where modding goes in the future. But yes, now it's time to go over your top comments. Remember, leave a comment down below. It could end up right here in a future video. So yeah, let's do this. Also, wanted to mention this real quick. And by the way, if you want to join me in my adventure with Raid Shadow Legends, be sure to click that link in the description below to download Raid for free, or the QR code on the screen, and you'll get 2 free epic support champions, Tagore and yes, Ugo, and also a bunch of free starting resources to give you the best start in Raid Shadow Legends. So join me in Raid Shadow Legends. Let's do this. All right, so you guys know what time it is. It's time to go over your top comments. Love to read them. Remember to leave a comment down below. You never know, it could end up right here in a future video. So let's do this. Let's start out from the beginning. So we have this one right here. I did all my classes to 25 and got the lethal helmet and had a fantastic time. I may come back in the future, but doesn't feel like it's a game I need to be playing all the time. Sometimes you just have a fun time and move on, and that's fine. See, I love that attitude. I 100% agree. And then if there's like a content drop, you go, oh, you know what? I'll check it out again. You know, I'll check it out for like 2 weeks, a month, whatever, how long it holds my attention. Apparently, that's also not enough for some people. They want to like live, breathe, and die in the game itself. And yeah, some people just want like a full-blown battle pass, a full-blown life service support. And I do get the controversy around that, though. So yeah, but it would be nice to see more regular content drips, you know, a lot more operations. So yeah, I get both sides of the argument, but right now I really do love how this game is structured. And like I've told you guys, with this sort of game, I would prefer bigger expansions. That's how I would roll with it. So yeah, it'd be cool if they could just return to like big ass expansions. But anyway, moving on, we have, I think, getting a cosmetic with every prestige would be cool. maybe service studs on the character's forehead, or some fancy armor. Yeah, some sort of reward. They need more rewards for the prestige system. They haven't confirmed anything like that, but I think that they probably are going to have some sort of system in place, especially if you hit like max rank on that prestige. At least I hope. They did do some, free cosmetic reward systems in the past. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. So I think that's a great idea. And then also we have this one right here. As a Bulwark main, I couldn't be more disappointed with the prestige leaks. We ought to get that melee damage buff the heavy gets. Yeah, it just seems to be some things are like really off in reverse and strange. Hopefully they also go through and actually fine tune some of these weird perks that are going on for some of these classes that a lot of people have talked about in the past, because that's also a thing that's still ongoing. But also, next up we have, as a World War Z vet, I'm still absolutely obsessed with this game. Been playing since launch, and I'm still not bored of it. It's the perfect stress reliever for me after a long day at work. Love just jumping in and absolutely slaughtering Xenos. Can't wait for the new chapter packs, prestige system, and horde mode. Hell yes. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, even though they aren't like doing constant like battle pass type updates to this game, what I think is going to be really cool, and hear me out on this one, is to be able to bounce back and forth between this game and Turok, the upcoming Turok Origins game eventually. I think that's going to be a lot of fun, going from like Warhammer and the Xenos and the Thousand Suns to Turok and dinosaurs. I don't know if you're going to be facing off against like potential like mercenaries or what have you, but yeah, there's a lot of potential to be having a lot of fun with both of these games eventually. So that's something that I'm hyped about, because yeah, I feel like Saber has something very unique going on with how they're developing their games. I just want to see how it pans out over the next few years. All right, so there it is, the latest happenings around Space Marine 2. I have you guys covered. I promise to keep you guys updated. I am here for this game in the long haul. Let me tell you what, all the way up until like the Amazon TV series release, I hope to actually cover that eventually. And then anything else that does happen with this game, even if they eventually like announce a Space Marine 3, I hope to be here and covering it for sure. But thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned here for more, and I will see you all next time. Take care.